Young male virginity is on the rise. Share of men under age 30 who report 0 female sex partners. Zero female sex partners since they turned 18. From 2008 to 2018. Look at that jump, my friends. Okay, this is what black pill and MGTOW guys always like to say. Oh, see, the juices are worth the squeeze. No, it is definitely confirmation of the Pareto principle that we've been talking about really since the early 2000s. It's not that, oh, by the way, let me clarify that for you guys too. It's not that 20% of guys are having sex with 80% of the women as people want to misquote constantly. No, it's this, is women, 100% of women want to get with the top 20% of guys. The Pareto principle is this, is that there's an 80-20 differential between men and women. 80%, and I will show you the stats here in just a moment. 80% of women or 80% of men are unattractive to women. And there's several different research studies that have shown this. There's probably, I think the most recent one was 2020, but there are several different data sets, let's just say, that show that women are more interested in the top 20%. So if that's the case, who are the, and okay, black pill guys, here's your chance. Here's your moment of glory. So if you're in hookup culture, who are women getting with? Who do they want? Statistically speaking, well, we're going to find that out here in just a moment too. Oh, look at that. Lack of sex is driven mainly by the young. Percent reporting no sex in the past year. Now, this is men and women, okay? Rates of no sex amongst adults over age 60 have consistently hovered around 50% and are not shown here, just so you know. So the old timers, I'm sorry. Hey, I'm still good. I'm still in this cohort. Okay, so we can see what's going on here. This is the 18 to 29. So Generation Z are not getting laid. Does that sound to you? Does that sound to you like there's a hookup culture? If there is, it's a pretty one-sided hookup culture. And certainly since 2008 to 2018, and within that decade, within that 10-year span, does that sound to you like there's a hookup culture? Because somebody's having sex. Women are definitely having sex. I'm going to read to you the data from that too. Boy, this is going to be a lot of fun. So now we're going to destroy hookup culture. Sorry. Here we go. And this is a really good one too. Okay. Young men driving the decline in sex. Share of men and women between the ages of 18 and 30 reporting no sex in the past year. Okay. This is just for the year. Okay. So these are the different years from 2008 to 2018. Now, for women, it has gone up a little bit. So let's just not go too crazy, but it has gone up far more for men than it has for women. Now, here's the part of that data set that they don't show you, or that people like kind of just conveniently, push off to the side. Let's look at this one. This is really good. I might have to blow this up. Sorry. Let me put this all the way full screen. I don't know if you can see it. There we are. Okay, so here this is from Pew Research, okay? Share of US adults who are single varies by demographic, okay? Very important. Now, we're going to correlate these two. All adults, 31%. White, black, Hispanic, you can see those numbers. Those aren't the ones I'm really looking at here. Ages 18 to 29, 30 through 49, okay? So these are the adults who are single by demographic groups, okay? Among men, let's just go down. We've got to go to the middle one here. Among men, right at 18 to 29, 51%. 51% between 18 and 29. How does that relate to this? How does that relate to this? Well, let's look. So 51%. Okay. Now, if you're past 30 and you're 49, well, then things drop precipitously for you because probably, let's see, the average age of first marriage in the United States is 29 for men, 29 and a half for men, and 28 and a half or almost 29 for women. Kind of correlates with this. 50 to 64. Wow. If you're 50 to 64, the odds are you're still getting laid. That's good. Maybe you either figured it out or you're married and you actually are having sex, or you're having sex enough that you're going to register on this. Now, here's the real golden data here. Among women, 18 to 29, those are the ones we're looking at because that is, again, this cohort. Okay. 32% versus 51%. So almost 20% difference right there. Well, that's pretty crazy. Now, look, here's another great one. I don't know where this is coming from, but women 30 through 49, 19% versus men at 27%. Does that say that? Now, is that indicative? Again, correlation is not causation. I realize that. But is that indicative of women not marrying or not finding Mr. Right? You connect the dots. I just work here. Okay, and then you can also see high school or lesbians, the educational stuff. Then you got straight and you got lesbian. Okay, so like gay, lesbian, and bisexual men, you guys are in a tough shape. All right, so that's number one. I wanted to point out, now let's look at the discrepancies here because we're looking at the 18 to 29 cohort. So we've got 51% versus 32%. So what that means is more guys, 51%, are sexless. That means that women between the ages of 18 and 29 are at least 20% less sexless than the guys who answered in this. Again, this is still a self-reporting. I understand. So just don't throw rocks at me for that right now. That's number one. Okay. So now here's number two. This is the other data set that I think is very important. So can I kick that up a little bit? There we go. That's a little better. So here we go. Most older single women are not looking to date. We're gonna compare this cohort with the other one here. Okay. So a percentage of single adults in each group says they are blank for a committed relationship and or casual dates. Okay. All single adults, 50% men, 49% women. Okay. This is all. Okay. So 50% aren't looking, 49% are. Men, 37% are not looking, 61% are. Women, 62% are not, and 38% are. What that says to me is that women have a much higher they're much more selective, and they're still banging, but they're not looking for the relationship. They're still unsettled as to whether or not that guy makes the good. He answers the hypergamous question. Is he the best I can do? Now, here we go. Ages 18 to 29. Here we go. And this is just the total. Okay. So 37% are not, and 63% are. And yet we still look and say 61% of men, right? So there's that cohort. Now here's the other one. All you data wonks are going to love this. Okay, so men, and this is the most important one here. Men, 18 to 39, still in that same cohort. Men, 33% are not looking, 67% are. Women, 39 and 61. Doesn't look all that much, but when you look at this, and you look at the differences between lack of sex, yeah, then you begin to understand why this happens, why we're here. So there is that. Now, okay, so I'm going to pull this out because I got one more thing to show you guys. So that's that. Let me catch up with you guys here real quick. See if I got anybody else here. But does that, okay, so my whole point in getting a wonk about that was this, why the graph goes up and down like that. Yeah, well, the reason why is because women are hypergamous. And the reason why is because 80% of guys are unattractive.